Hey guys, Senior Thesis Bart back again with we'll do one not Once Upon a Time, Agents of Shield. Again, season three. Oh my gosh, it's season three already. Season three was a strong episode. Wasn't the most actiony episode, I thought, but it was good. It picked up on some emotional beats. It mainly focused I won't say yeah, it did mainly focus actually on Fitz, Ward, and May, and that was nice. And Hunter, I guess, if you want to add four. So kind of like what they're doing. This was mostly a setup episode for what's going to go on later down the line. So May's ex-husband Andrew kind of joined the crew, and he's helping, or he's supposed to be the approval person for Daisy to get the Secret Warriors up and running, which is cool to see kind of like the psychologist point of view. And I guess he's sort of another mentor role for her. He does put her in a, not in the spotlight, but psychoanalyzes her as a leader, or I shouldn't say that without with quotations, but she's moving on to be to assume more of a leadership role, and it's kind of contrasting with her how she's going to lead with possibly how Coulson's leading now, and see what's going to go on there. You get a call back, the Asgardian from season one, not Thor, but the scientist kind of party dude comes back, and he was actually helpful this episode. They get some funny quips with him where Coulson talks to him, and the Asgardian's like, "Are you threatening me?" And Coulson's like, "Actually, I wouldn't call it." And then he's like, "No, yeah, it's a threat. It's just a straight up threat." And so he helps out. It was nice. It was funny. Um, I was a fan of the little. I guess they call them. What's it? Whedonisms, I believe is the term, but I was a fan of those. Simmons, you don't get to see more of the planet, but slightly spoiler, she comes back. They save her, and that was the most emotional part for me. Is like Fitz jumps into the obelisk. They figure out how to melt it down, get it to its liquid form, and he jumps in, and they're reaching for each other, and then it cuts away, and then he pops up. The obelisk is destroyed. They're in this like pool thing. His head shows up, and then he reaches down and grabs Simmons, and you're like, yes! And so I was really happy they got their moment. And at the end, they have a little cute little ship tease thing. So we'll see where that's going. I'm excited to see how Simmons has changed and what those lasting impacts were. Also, with the fact that it's like, why did it choose Simmons? Is she inhuman? Does she have alien blood? Because we've seen it react to, I think, Coulson. We've seen it react to Skye. But why Simmons now? So it'll be interesting to see. It might delve more into like she's half Kree. That'd be an interesting development. For Ward, you see him rebuilding Hydra, and I thought of it more of like some like I like the direction they're going. They brought in Baron von Strucker's son as kind of his version of Skye, I'm gonna say. So Ward is now Coulson, and Baron von Strucker's son is kind of his Skye in the sense that he's mentoring him. They brought in the new Hydra. They felt more like thugs or like a street gang. I expected them to break out in song and dance just because they're so underground, they're so low key, and I'm cool with that. It's just an interesting development from where they're going. But I really do like Ward. Not as a character, well, not as like, oh, I think he's redeemable and whatnot, but because I honestly don't know where they're going with the character. He's such a wild card, and I enjoy when I can't predict things. So that's why I'm a fan of him. A lot of my friends just straight up hate him, and that is also understandable. He's a jerk of a character, but he's a wild card. So I like that part. May, you see her kind of go in the opposite direction. Oh, May and yeah, Ward kind of contrasts. So Ward's getting more into the game, becoming a leader. May, you see her step down. She's trying to help out her father, who just had a hip surgery, trying to get out of the life. But he and Hunter kind of coax her back in, just because they're like, if you keep looking over your shoulder and you have unfinished business, then you honestly can't get over this life. And so in the end, she decides to help out Hunter with his vendetta with Ward. The problem I have with this is I know they're supposed to do a spinoff with Hunter and Bobby, but it's been back and forth. I thought they confirmed it. I gonna have to check up because I'm really not sure right now. But if they did, I feel like this is one giant setup for that. So it could go one of two ways, because Hunter's mission is to infiltrate Hydra. So either he infiltrates Hydra and then he gets discovered, and that's what starts a spinoff, or the spinoff isn't happening, and this is what the spinoff would be, but it's going to be teased out over a longer period of time. Either way, I'm interested. I'm amused. They're also doing a 30-minute show, Heroes for Hire, ABC is. So I'm afraid for that, but we'll see how it plays out. 30 minutes, they could do a lot of stuff. It's supposed to be comedy. Um, Anyways, back to this. So the Secret Warriors are coming, Hydra's rebuilding, and this, again, kind of like The Flash. I won't say this is a palate cleanser, but this was definitely more of a setup episode than anything else. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them taking a little bit of the slow burn. What they solved Simmons getting her back a little quickly, but I'm okay with that so long as they explain where she was and how she's changed, then it's okay. But we'll see where it goes. I'm excited for this week or next week. I'll give this one an 8 point. I'll give it an 8.3, the same thing I gave The Flash. So they're about the same, low on the action, high on the emotion, and I'm okay with that. So that's it for this one. So I got iZombie coming up next. And like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the socials. Senior Thesis Bart signing off.